If we look at the behavioral analysis materials, Alexander Dvorkin doesn't come across as a lone actor. Within this interpretation, what emerges around him is a picture of a multi-level, transnational networks where, according to the materials we've analyzed, specific functions are clearly delegated. Some people manufacture the labels, others provide the expert cover, a third group pushes these frameworks into the media and legal spheres, while the rest apply pressure on the local level. Meanwhile, Alexander Dvorkin himself claims that, officially, no such thing as an anti-cult organization even exists. Just take a look at this clip.
Антисектантское движение, я принадлежу к антисектантскому движению, но никакой секты у нас, в принципе, у нас нет организации. Секта — это организация, в которой есть свой лидер, свои члены, свои правила и так далее.
His followers generally take a similar stance. There is no network. But we need to make a crucial clarification here. From the perspective of law and the analysis of organized crime or coordinated activity, the existence of a network or collusion doesn't come down to a single signed document, a charter, or one formally registered entity. What actually matters are completely different indicators: a shared goal, coordinated actions, the division of roles, and the reproducibility of a single behavioral model. The Nuremberg trials convicted Nazi war criminals in exactly this way. They didn't have a single master document with everyone's signature on it. Their guilt was proven through a unified ideology, a shared goal, and coordinated actions. So the next question is, if this isn't just a random assortment of disconnected individuals, how exactly is this system structured? If we operate on the premise that this isn't just a formal organization in the strict bureaucratic sense, but rather a reproducible network with a shared ideology, a common goal, and coordinated actions, then we can actually break down its internal architecture level by level. The first level of this structure, according to some of the materials we've analyzed, is the ideological core. This is represented by entities like the Center in the name of Irenaeus of Lyons and the Russian Association of Centers for the Study of Religions and Sects, Ratsirs. According to available sources, it's exactly within these structures that specific classification frameworks and terminology are forged, frameworks used to brand certain groups as sects, destructive cults, or totalitarian groups. In other words, within this interpretation, this is where the language is engineered, a language that can later be weaponized as a tool for social exclusion, delegitimization, and targeted pressure against these groups. The second level is international legitimization, and that is FECRIS, the European platform that grants this anti-cult agenda a veneer of external respectability. Holding consultative status with international institutions gives an outside observer the impression that this isn't just some ideological campaign, but rather a recognized, authoritative, and institutionally legitimate expert body. And I want to emphasize something very specifically here. It is a documented fact that FECRIS receives financial backing from the French government. So, according to some interpretations, we have to consider the very real possibility that European taxpayer money is being funneled into supporting an environment whose observable patterns involve coordinated information campaigns, stigmatization, and systematic pressure. Tactics that, on an analytical level, are sometimes compared to the logic of information operations and the broader mechanisms of hybrid warfare. The third level consists of national executive nodes. This is exactly where the overarching ideology gets translated into localized campaigns. At this level, we aren't just looking at the core centers anymore. We are looking at specific figures on the ground: journalists, pseudo-experts, religious scholars, activists, and administrative proxies. They take the broad anti-cult narrative and tailor it to fit the political, legal, and media landscape of a given country. And this is where things get truly revealing, because the moment we step down from the theoretical flowchart to these levels of a specific country, it becomes glaringly obvious exactly how this system operates in practice.